I knew the second I walked in the door, like I wasn't there for exercise. I wasn't there to make friends and be buddy and just get in shape. No, I wanted to do damage at some point, but I figured it would take at least a year and then some to get enough training. And
So you had some natural ability then.
yeah,
Were you always athletic? 'Cause I know you've done.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just a natural athlete. Like,
what did you do athlete-wise before? Like football?
Everything. There's the only sport in high school I didn't play was soccer. So I did everything at least
you didn't
once.
like the fall down in the whining?
It was because it was same time as football.
Yeah,
And
gotcha.
if it wasn't, I would have
You
did
would've
that
done it
too.
too.
I would have did it too. Yeah.
Tell me about your first fight. Who was it against? Do you remember?
Yeah, I fought a guy, Adam Cunningham was his name. That was a really weird experience because I showed up, right? Never even seen a cage before. Team Tompkins never had a cage. They just had a padded wall that was about 3 feet high. So if you wrestled against it too much, your head went into the brick. So, like, I'd never seen a live MMA show. I'd never been in a cage before. It was just all of it, all at once, right? And this, like I said, 5 months. Like, this happened fast. And then
Who cornered you for that?
Chris Clements, he grabbed me up right away. I was at the club about a month and a half, and then he kind of was watching or something, saw me, saw something out of his eye, and he grabbed me and he started training me up, and he taught me quite a few of his tricks and moves, and kind of
so crafty.
Just shaped me into following around his style, and it worked out well because we're similar body type and athletic ability, so that worked out well. Yeah.
What was the toughest fight to date?
I always say my first 4 fights as an amateur were probably my toughest because I didn't know anything, and I was a guy that just constantly bit off more than I could chew. So I shouldn't have took my first fight because I didn't have enough skill, but I did it anyway. I was 0-0, never seen a cage, never been in one, and I ended up fighting a guy that was 19-3.
Wow.
And then a few months after the fight, my buddy pulls out this MMA magazine that he found at a variety store. Adam Cunningham ranked the second best amateur fighter in all the nation, and they wanted him to fight the number 155 guy in the nation. So they lined up this fight for these two to fight each other, and I was like, oh, well, that's the guy I just fought. And I took him to a decision. That was the craziest thing too. And like I smacked him up pretty good, just not knowing anything. I just swung and had heart, and I was in really good shape. And but yeah, I pushed that guy pretty hard, and I ended up losing a decision. And then my next fight, I fought Justin Janes, who was at that time he was 13-5, and was the lightweight champion for the XCC. And then I beat him. I TKO'd him. Again, I was 0-1 fighting a guy with 18 fights and a title. Like, how does that make sense? And then I fought another guy. My third fight was an undefeated guy, Jordan Parsons. He was 5-0 at the time. And then I beat him. So then they're like, okay, well, you already beat the champ. We're stripping him, and you might as well fight this guy for the title. And then I fought Eric Moon, who was 9-0 at that time as an amateur. And that was my 4th fight. Again, I was just over my head. I was 2-1. Now I'm fighting this guy that's 9-0, had all this college wrestling under his belt. And, at that time, I had maybe a year and a half of training.